Hello everybody, I'm Abasud and thank you for joining me. Today's session is about cloud responsibility. So we are talking about the cloud. It's a shared responsibility model. So here if you see whatever the black, that is user responsibility, and whatever is blue, that is cloud service provider responsibility. So here there are three models and one is on premise. On premise, you can say if we have built our own data center inside our premises or outside our premises, where we are responsible for everything. We are responsible for hardware, for procuring the server. We are responsible for establish the network for ourselves with the help of service providers. We are responsible for storage space. We are responsible for virtualization. We are responsible for installation and maintenance of operating system, middleware, and whatever the application we want. And for data, like on premises, something for which we are responsible for each and everything. Next is infrastructure as a service, where we are taking infrastructure from a cloud service provider, and over that we are installing our own OS, our middlewares, and our applications. So from that perspective, whatever the provider is providing, that is basically we can say the server, storage, network, and virtualization. They are responsible for that, and the user is responsible for their part. So basically, to look into what are the risks, what are the security controls needs to be done. So that's how it is. Next is platform as a service, where responsibility of cloud service providers are much more than the users, because their user are only responsible for their application and the data. Apart from that, everything is provider's responsibility, be it providing the network, servers, storage space, virtualization, operating system, and middleware, everything. And then we can come for the software as a service. If you look at the software as a service, everything is responsibility of a cloud service provider. That comes from application, data, runtime, middleware, operating system. So cloud service provider is responsible for securing each and everything for us. Yeah, we do responsible. We should make sure, like for the best practices, we should not share our password with anybody. So, and we should not be the part of any phishing attack. So that type of thing as a users we need to do. But technically, from a system wide, provide service provider is responsible for each and everything. And if we are looking for, like for the past, there are a shared responsibility as well. Let's suppose on the data. So for the data, whatever the application data, they are responsible. It may possible there were such type of data. Let's suppose the data corresponding to maintaining the server logs, or there is such confidential data for which you don't want to give the access to the provider, to really want to keep it by. So there can be few phases where we have a shared responsibility between a user and a cloud provider. So what we need to do on when we are having shared responsibility as we are having in cloud. From a cloud provider perspective, cloud providers should clearly document their internal security controls and consumer security features, so that cloud users can make an informed decision. Providers should also properly design and implement those controls. And from the user point of view, cloud user should, for any given cloud project, build a responsibility matrix to document who is implementing which control and how, which this should also be aligned with any necessary compliance standard. It means whatever the compliance standard, like if you're following PCI DSS, it should be aligned with that. So such type of thing you need to take care if you are going for a cloud services. So thank you. This is what we are having for today's session.